Last week, Manchester United opened its doors to potential buyers to investigate senior officials from the club hierarchy. It was most significant public development since the Glazers announced club was going up for sale. In November, boots on ground have added a touch of seriousness to the negotiations, and parties now have until game close on Wednesday to submit another proposal. The first to visit Old Trafford last Thursday was a delegation representing Qatari royal Sheikh Jassim bin Hamad Al Thani. The party included Shahzad Shahbaz, head of Sheikh Jassim's 9-2 Foundation, and Fady Bakhos, his most senior personal advisor. Bakhos is extremely close to Hamad bin Jassim bin Jaber Al Thani, better known as HBJ, former Prime Minister and Sheikh Jassim's father. Sir Jim Ratcliffe, owner and founder of petrochemical giant INEOS, walked through the door on Friday. Sir David Brailsford, former British cycling manager, now sporting director of INEOS. INEOS co-owners Andy Currie and John Reece. Rob Nevin, president of INEOS Sports, and Jean Claude Blanc, CEO. So what's the deal with the sale of Manchester United as another line is fast approaching? Athletic tells you this. Who are the key bidders? Sheikh Jassim and Ratcliffe are the two most public and high-profile bidders for United. The son of the former Prime Minister and chairman of Qatar bank QIB, the Qatari royal family says he is a lifelong Manchester United fan. Ratcliffe is one of the wealthiest people in Britain and grew up around 11 kilometers northeast of United's Old Trafford Stadium. In the 2018 edition of the Sunday Times Rich List, his fortune is estimated at £21.05 billion. Ratcliffe is leaving Old Trafford on Friday. Were their initial offerings similar? It was, but neither is thought to exceed £5 billion, and the two offers were for different shares. Sheikh Jassim wants to take over entirety United, meaning he will buy 69% of the Glazer family and then remaining 31% made up smaller investors. After all cash purchase, the Qatari pledged to invest in certain areas of club without burdening United. But Ratcliffe is bidding for 69% of Glazers and not offering to buy out the remaining shareholders at this stage. It will need borrow money finance any takeover. And INEOS has not committed repaying the club's £656 million debt. But those close its offer have assured that no new debt will be charged the club. How did the bidders' meetings at United go? This was the second phase, where bidders got a chance to look deeper into the books and ask questions to United officials. Sheikh Jassim's delegation spent 10 hours at club sifting through the accounts line by line and looking at predicted forecasts. Challenging meetings lasted until 19.30. Sheikh Jassim was not there, and instead there were bankers and lawyers. Ratcliffe was greeted outside the stadium by United's CEO, Richard Arnold. Given that INEOS is already a football club, Ratcliffe's camp entered the meetings with a good knowledge of United and the sports industry in general. So it's clear that broadcast deals, player contracts etc. After finishing at Old Trafford, the INEOS delegation traveled to Carrington, the club's training ground, for subsequent meetings. United's first-team manager, Erik Ten Hag, was in the building when Ratcliffe was there. I just met them. We shook hands. But I was focused on the game, Ten Hag said. Others at the club are interested in potential investors. Before United beat Fulham in FA Cup on Sunday, pre-match press conference was moved from Jimmy Murphy Centre to main building in Carrington as regular press facilities were used for takeover meetings. United manager Ten Hag spoke to Ratcliffe in Carrington. The club's football director, John Murtough, was part of the group presenting to Sheikh Jassim and Ratcliffe. Chief Operating Officer Colette Roche and Chief Financial Officer Cliff Beattie also took part in the talks. The Glazer family initially kept United's hierarchy out of the loop, but as the process continues to evolve, there is a need to involve senior officials. Anyone else running? So far, we know that U.S. hedge fund Elliott Investment Management has contacted Rain, bank that handled the sale of Glazer family. Elliott offered to fund any takeovers and stated that he would provide financing to Glazers if a sale did not materialize. Joel and Avram Glazer, for example, may try to buy off their other siblings, but that borrowing will likely be used against the club as opposed to the two of them. Other investment groups similar Elliott, including Ares Management, which declined comment on its participation in a recent event, are thought have offered their capital potential bidders and the Glazer family. Will Rain hope to get more offers? Definitely. Competition tensions drive the price up, which is why Glazers commissioned the merchant bank to facilitate a potential sale. This has not yet happened, at least publicly, although Rain headed by Joe Ravitch. It is Colin Neville who runs the bank's process and pictured in Manchester with the Qatari delegation. What is the next important date in the process? Bidders will have until close of the game Wednesday to submit their next bids. And two main parties continue to insist they will not overpay for United. It is not yet clear whether their offer will be an improvement over what they offered the first time around. Likewise, the Glazers have set a price, and if that price is not met they will not feel any additional pressure to sell the club.